As AI and automation continue to change the workplace, many people are asking how to stay competitive. Well, joining us is Dr. John Woods, Provost and Chief Academic Officer at the University of Phoenix. Good morning, Dr. Woods. How are you?
Good morning. Doing great. How about you?
I'm doing great. Obviously, this is something that's at the top of everyone's mind, and we're hearing the term half-life of job skills. Now, what does that mean, and why does it matter for workers today?
Sure. The easiest way to think about that phrase is that the skills that maybe got you the job you're in, or maybe the skills that you perform each and every day on that job, that those skills become a little bit less valuable, a little bit less relevant each and every day. And what we're seeing with the changes in technology in the workforce is the speed at which they become a little bit less valuable is what's accelerating. What it means is it's putting a huge premium for workers to embrace the idea of continuous, relentless improvement of their skills and learning of new skills.
And how exactly are AI and automation changing the skills that employers are looking for right now?
Yeah, we see in the survey and in the research that we do that AI and automation are not just having an impact on technical workplaces or technical jobs. We're seeing that these have dramatic impact on all kinds of work. And so the idea that you might be immune to this might be more so the case in, say the trades. But in just about every workplace, we're seeing AI and automation take hold. Employers are using AI and automation to make workers more efficient, more effective. And so workers need to embrace the idea that there's a skill set that comes along with being able to leverage these tools. And they need to embrace the idea of learning those skills.
Yeah, everything's changing, evolving. You mentioned embracing. You've also done a lot of research into this with regards to hiring leaders, and they clearly value continued learning. Why do workers with online credentials really stand out right now?
Yeah, 85% of the students that we surveyed at the University of Phoenix recently were satisfied with their experience. And that coincides nearly identically with employers saying that they're satisfied that online programs give people current and relevant skills that they can put to work right away, that online programs have the potential to be very current, very applicable, and allow people to put the skills they're learning to work right away. So that's really important. And then we're also seeing that in the survey, employers value the idea that somebody would even pursue upskilling, retraining, education, development, that sends a signal in and of itself, regardless of what's being learned, that's somebody who's open to change, somebody that's adaptable, somebody who's embracing the idea that the workplace is going to be different and they need new skills. So that's what's valuable as well.
There's always an emphasis on educating yourself and staying ahead of the game. So what types of training or education should people be focused on to stay competitive?
It's going to vary from industry to industry, workplace to workplace. The skills are what's really important, that somebody should see what's relevant in their particular workplace. Look at maybe the things that are workplaces putting in their job postings for the skills that they're looking for, or look at changes that they're seeing in their particular industry, maybe at a competitor. Figure out what skills that they could learn very quickly and put to use right away. And see if their employer is willing to support the acquisition of that retraining, of that upskilling. Because the employer might offer training and development for that to happen very quickly. And if they don't, they might offer a tuition reimbursement for somebody to pursue those opportunities.
Well, Dr. Woods, thank you so much for your insight, expertise, and your time this morning. We appreciate you.
Thanks so much. Appreciate the time.
Thank you so much indeed. Now, guys, if you want to learn more about building skills and staying competitive in today's workforce, just visit the website on your screen right there.